Yeah. Beat drop slow, head not flow. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sack it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Started with Boogeyman, ghost in the chain. Locked in the game, never move for fame. Old mountain lines run deep in the flame. Suck about the fire, Michonne brought the name. Then came fat boy, muscle in the frame. Man, hard, put respect on the name. Shotgun smooth, but the work insane. Sugar sweet jit, but our bite ain't tame. Kiki in the back, had a game in the veins. Gatorade heavy, running straight through the rain. Red Ninja close, watch him work in the lane. Renegade rider can't hold that chain. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Socket from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breed for clout, we breed for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Ain't no luck, just grit and grind. Every dog here put work in time. Lady Rage got that fire in her eyes. Red alert taught us how to recognize signs. Blood heavy like a 2-ton chain. Everything proven, no need to explain. They asked what's in it, that yellow campaign. Built off real, we don't fake no strain. Second was the flame, Michonne lit the wick. If you know, then you know that line too slick. From the field to the show, every move so thick you can't blueprint this. It's the legacy pick. Blood don't lie, it's that old yellow line. Sack it from the south, Michonne on the rise. Boogeyman bark, leave a mark every time. We don't breathe for clout, we breathe for spine. DNA thick, can't clone this pride. That Shogun blood, yeah, the legends don't die. Yeah.
Yeah, what's happening, Captain?
In the building. Big Tony, the Queen. I'm sorry, Queen. Salute. Tim Hendricks, Dickie, my Bulldog brother Dickie. King T, salute. Dogman TV, salute, bro.
Hey, stop.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to the Cookout once again. Monday. Monday should be a fun day. You did? Yeah. How you doing, Big A? I'm sorry. How you doing, bro?
I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling, man.
That's what's up. Yeah. I had a couple things I wanted to shoot out there today. Oh, did you drop the link in the chat for people?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm starting. Salute to all the people that gave me their ear since I've been on the YouTube, who've been paying attention to me when I be talking and stuff like that. Salute to y'all. Y'all get the big ups. You did. I know you're sitting back laughing. If you've been listening to me since I've been on YouTube, you should be feeling like I feel. You should be sitting back laughing and shaking your head. Cause like, I swear, like, I was just hearing the Bulldog community talk since I've been out here, and it just made me say a couple things. I ain't the smartest motherfucker at all, but I just use my common sense. You dig what I'm saying? So when I heard people saying stuff about blue dogs and saying stuff about red dogs, I was like, hold up. Like, nah, you can't just say that, like, well, they good dogs too. I was out there saying that. Then I was talking about the box blind people when they was talking about, when they was talking about our brothers trying to do this obedience stuff and running up walls and do treadmill races. I was like, hold up, man. What's wrong with that? When they was trying to tell people those ain't the same dogs and all that shit. I was like, hold up, what? No, you can't just say that. You know, these
Oh,
these are
we
the
got
things I
jerk
was
food
saying.
on the grill.
These are the things I was saying. So
My bad.
also, you know, when I was telling you, the guys was, they was beating on their chest, all the box boys was beating on their chest, talking shit, whatever. I was like, man, listen, man, them niggas you ain't gotta get that shit no weight. Man, just love your dog. I was telling you the reasons why box blind people, how they can start selling dogs to people that's not up to par. Because they forgot about the good all-around dog. I was out here telling y'all it was a game dog before it was a box. I was telling y'all the box is just fucking furniture. I was telling you like it was all. I was saying all that shit. You know what I mean? So listen, it's cool, but the ones who heard me, the ones who hear me, the ones who heard me and the ones that hear me, salute to y'all. Because, I know you understand. Now, y'all noticed that since I gave the invitations out to the cookout, good brother PBK showed up. Salute. Fat Bill even slid through. Salute. We still ain't hear from old Gardner and none of them boys, or Bubba Mexes and the other ones who we sent the interviews out. I mean, the RSVP invitations out. But I didn't expect them to come anyway. But I have been seeing Gardner doing a lot of videos lately. Y'all been seeing him, been coming outside lately, right? So listen, I just want to say, just again, Big Toyo using his common sense. Now I heard Gardner say last week when he was trying to describe his dog, the reason why it was a good dog or whatever. Now I swore I heard him say that it was intense and it could go from one side of the kennel and jump to the other side.
Yeah.
I ain't hear nobody go in this chat try to curry him for saying that shit. I ain't hear none of the legends come out and say what the fuck you. Why does that mean he's a good dog? Because he could jump over all the stuff that they'll say to you or me. If I came out here and just described my dog, hey, I could jump. He can jump from one end of the kennel to the other, and he's very intense and all that. They be like, man, they have all types of things to say to him. But I noticed with my little shit that I say, I get like 200, 300. I don't know what I get, how many views. This nigga gets thousands of views for that bullshit. But if I say something like that, they'll be laughing my head off. You dig what I'm saying? And also, I'm gonna tell y'all another thing. Y'all let go down. Like these super smart dudes and super criticizing black people and criticizing not just black people, the man with a regular dog that ain't got paperwork like this, the famous trends and stuff going on. Let me tell you. The man just told you, I done told y'all about a dog called Champion Mace. And the only reason I knew about the dog because the people heard me talking stuff out here about box blind and that these dogs should be able to do everything, stop moving the field goal post. They should be able to go in the woods and do that if they real, boom, boom, boom. So somebody heard me and they sent me a dog, sent me a pedigree of a dog. Say, yo, Big Toyo, here you go. Here go one for him. This one did it in both sides, the woods and the box. Now, I didn't put it up there. I said it a couple times for the people to look it up and all that. But it was just something, because I'm trying to feed the people. So y'all ain't got, so when these box blind niggas and these people try to tell y'all ain't got shit, y'all can tell them like, man, look, man, go ahead, just let me breathe, yo. If you got this shit, just go ahead. Why you messing with me? Simple as that. But like, man, all these things been here. And if you just sit back and be quiet, you can let the legends contradict themselves and all that. You'll see it. Like I'm gonna tell you. Also, Tom Gardner again. And you're definitely invited to the cookout, Tom, anytime. But the other day, he was describing Max Dugan. And he said Max Dugan was a champion, show ring champion. But he also said he would have probably been a champion in other things too. I'm like, whoa, okay. So that's insinuating. That's from Tom Gardner. That's the ones y'all look up to and all that. He's insinuating. Now, I ain't the smartest dude, but I'm thinking he's insinuating that these dogs could do all that.
Yeah.
It don't matter, like these dogs could do all that. And that's a dog that he bred. And there wasn't no new dog or nothing like that. Max Dugan. You know, nobody said nothing again. Nobody say. But these are things where I could say y'all just be moving the field goal posts and y'all, cheer for somebody, that might be contradicting all what you about. You did. So you ever see what's the dude name? What's the skinny comedian dude that's real funny? Chappelle. When Chappelle used to do the keeping it real goes wrong and shit, or something like that. Yeah. It's the same with the pitch. It's the same with the pitch. You dig what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you the only difference between a show dog and one of those historically speaking dogs that they said is just bred for this and bred for that. You want me to tell you what the real difference is?
What's the difference?
To me, it always been the show dogs and stuff like that. They'll have no problem getting their accolades, and they don't have no problem getting that tag, that price that they want for their dogs, and they don't have too much trouble with the law. The other side, they can't get the price they want. They always got to try to put their dogs up way they got to try to explain their dogs to people instead of letting the dogs say themselves. They got to try to explain why they want this price for the dog. They got to do a whole bunch of talking, and the law be on their ass. So like it's clear cut. It's clear cut for you. Like it ain't rocket science. So it's never bad to be able to have your dog in a show competition and winning shows and boom. Actually, it's very good. And these are the same dogs until you try to make them different. Which means can't nobody tell you their dog is better than yours just because of some paperwork. Or can't nobody tell you your dog can't do nothing because of some paperwork. These are common sense things. I'm not the smartest one in the room, but I ain't the dumbest one in the room. And like I say, all invitations is still open. And also, things we was talking on last time Friday about we was getting on Kanye West, and also we was getting on Shannon Sharps. And I had a conversation with one of my folks after the show, and they was like, they broke it down to me. He was like, nah, Toyo, you know what the problem is for real, for real. I was like, what? He was like, the problem is the leaders that we pick. Why do we pick certain leaders, and how are we supposed to pick leaders? Why are we picking athletes and musicians and this and that to be leaders when they didn't even ask to be leaders? They didn't ask to be no leaders. They regular people. They, you know what I mean? They just in your face and they regular people. So like, you know what I mean? But we forget, we start cheering for them and all that. Then we put them up on high pedestals. And then as soon as we see the humanity in them or some flaw in them, we be the first ones to stomp the life out of them. And the whole thing is they didn't ask to be a leader or whatever. Now the people we should be stomping the life out of is the people that are saying they are our leaders, and they're out here doing slick, underhanded stuff, messing with the kids, doing all types of things that you could name up. But they're out here pretending that they're our leader. Those the ones we should be stomping and exploiting and exposing and all that. The other people, like, our stars and stuff like that, we're not supposed to help people stomp them down when they're human beings. You know what I mean? They wasn't out here trying to say they was you should raise your kids like them. You know what I mean? They was just in a movie that you liked to be your favorite actor. So you got all infatuated with them. Now when the niggas start acting whack, you lost your mind and say, whatever. But so like as a people, and it just like with these dogs, we have to know certain things, man. You know what I mean? And we gonna be held accountable as a community and as a people if we do wrong things like that. support people that don't really support you. You dig what I'm saying? Just like I'm saying. Niggas be quick and run and repeat and regurgitate what Tom Gardner say, but is you really hearing what he's saying? Because I don't think so, because if you is hearing what he's saying, you wouldn't give other people so much flack. You know what I mean? So like, that's what I wanted to cook up on today. If y'all got anything, like I like to sit back after I throw out that little spiel. I like to sit back and let the youngins or the old heads, whoever in here, start talking to Toyo. Let's get it.
Man, that's heavy, bro. That boy good, man. That boy talented, man. Nah, but I agree, man. So for me, I'ma do what I'ma do, irregardless to what the masses particularly do. One thing that I believe in is just like Richard Stratton say, these dogs can do anything any other dog can do, plus whip it. And like you say, I think a lot of people have been one-sided, when it comes to looking at it, and I respect it. I still respect it though, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's still not gonna stop me from showing you what I can do, with these dogs. So, because I've seen it happen before, you know what I'm saying, with good dogs, old school dogs. So, that's my standpoint on it. And a lot of the stuff that gets said, it really don't bother me, man. It really don't. Like I say, man, because I do, like, for me, if I try to put myself in their shoes, you know what I'm saying? I really do, and I try to see things through their eyes, man, and I respect it. But at the same time, like, it's not gonna steer me from doing what I'm set out to do,
As it shouldn't. And that's what I say. That's what I'm cheering. I'm cheering for the man and his dog. That's what I'm cheering for. I ain't cheering for no paperwork, no Mayday, no specific bloodline. I'm cheering for the dog and the man that got his hands and the dream they got. You dig what I'm saying? Because I was there. I was like that. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't born with all these resources and all these things and wasn't underneath different dogmen and all that. So it's still, so you think we ain't got no place at the table? You know what I mean, man? Kill that noise, man. You know what I mean? It's always been about a dog. And like, if you going to go out there and put that work in with your dog and all that type of stuff. And once you've been doing that long enough with these dogs, most of these niggas ain't even going to be going out there walking them dogs when it rain or when it snow or when it's too cold or when it's too hot. And you let them do that. And they be the most ones talking too. But when you let them do that, you know what I mean? The dogs are eventually, if you're doing your work, your dog will eventually, if it's supposed to be there, it's going to be there. But you have to put in the work. It don't matter. It don't matter about nothing else. And another thing was like, the old heads and the youngest, they try to put it like try to make it a versus thing when it really ain't a versus thing. But basically, like, the real recognized real, you transcend lines and all that shit. You transcend races, all that shit. You transcend boundaries. You don't go for that. You don't go for that. So with that being said, it's like the youngins, salute y'all. Not just you. Hey, you younger than me, but I know you. Yes, sir. I'm talking about people like younger than you. Like, I'm talking to them now. Like, like, y'all got a lot of technology and a lot of stuff that y'all have access to now. You know what I mean? So, and some people will say that the youngins is smarter than the old heads or now or whatever. Now what I would say is, with the technology and stuff like that, the youngins have a different horizon, a different type of horizon. But I would not say that they're smarter than the old heads or nothing like that. Because if the old heads had the same technology, if the old heads had the same technology, who knows? You know what I mean? So like, it's just the tools that you're given at the time. Just like, I don't know how to build houses and stuff like that from the ground up, like Pops and them know how to grow anything out the ground and all that type of stuff. That shit was lost with me chasing things that I was chasing. You dig what I'm saying? Right. So even though, so I can't say that I'm faster than him or smarter than him. You dig what I'm saying? When I got to go back to him for knowledge. So we're never disrespecting the old heads and the old legends. We're never doing that, really. You know, at least me myself. But you know, but you know, yeah, just sure, jump on there, bro. Jump in.
Yeah. So check this out. KRS-One said it the best, man. He said the void between the old school and the new school is the old school don't want to learn from the new school, and the new school don't want to learn from the old school. He said the median is where we should meet at. And that's what I'm trying to get people to understand, man. And it's cool if you don't understand it. I'm not, the one thing that I am not going to do, I'm not going to force it, but I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. So check this out. This is how it's supposed to go. And this is how it should go. The old school is supposed to teach the youngins, and the youngins are supposed to teach the old school. It's supposed to be a transfer of information. And that's what's not happening because boys standing on their own island, and you know the old school conversing with the old school. These youngsters, they don't know this, and it's the vice versa with the youngsters. But at the same time, if we can meet in the middle, you know what I'm saying, and have a transfer of information, because the new wave can help the old schools with push they program along with the little small pieces of information that they needed out of the new stuff. They can show them the new wave how to be more consistent or up to date, and vice versa. The old schools can be passing the information on to us, leading us on, telling us, give it, because that's how it's supposed to go. That's how history was passed down. That's how we learned growing up, not us necessarily. I mean, our ancestors and so it was stories being told from old to the young, and that's how the lessons were taught. So that's what we doing in this community now, man. That's why I was saying earlier, man, I'd rather listen to the old schools talk, man. I hear a lot of young people, younger than me, giving me game about, the box and all this other stuff, and I'm not a box man, telling me about old school stuff, man, when I can hear it from the people that that's still breathing, still alive right now. But at the same time, I got game too. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not sitting there trying to force my game on somebody that this and this and that, because I know what I know, and I know it to be true, but I don't know everything, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we should be here. You know what I'm saying? I'm right there with you, partner. You know what I'm saying? But it's a transfer of information that's being avoided, man. The old schools is in their circle, the new schools in their circle, and you know what I'm saying?
Man, it's a blessing. It's a blessing when the doors are open on both sides. Like, it's a blessing when I could call you young as Dre and Big A and all them, and I'll be like, look, man, how do I do this? Y'all hook me up with the technology and all that type of shit. I don't care that I'm seeming dumb. Like, what's this? It might take y'all it might take me a minute to get it and all that type of stuff. But the fact that the door is open and young is trying to help her old head out. You dig what I'm saying? So like, just the doors being open from both sides is a benefit, and jewels is in both sides. So like, you gotta be a jewel collector out here. You can't be a hater. You can't be a hater. A lot of niggas is haters and don't realize that they got on hater shirts, hater pajamas when they go to sleep. They got hater toothbrush when they wake up, hater washcloths, all that shit. They don't even realize. You know what I mean? Hater on their tags when they driving to work, all that shit. You dig what I'm saying?
Hey, Big A, what you just said, that touched me, bro. That was poetry in motion. What you just said, I'm gonna give you your flowers on what you just said. If you allow me to add one more thing to it, if the youngest do make a way, leave some room for the OGs.
Yeah, man, but that's how it's supposed to be. But when you have, and this is what I'm trying to break down, man. That's what I'm saying. Everybody doesn't have to see the same thing. Everybody doesn't have to be after the same goal. You just have to be grounded in something that you know what I'm saying, that you can build off of. Everybody fools, for example, the community, everybody fools with these dogs, but everybody has different perspectives on what this should be and what that should be, but you still based in these dogs. And it's like that in life. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Now you basing these dogs, it's a lot of information that's not left that's left out there that could be on the table. It's a lot of guidance that could be out there that's not on the table. All while you got some people over here talking down, and then you got other people trying to look up while being talked down to, and then vice versa. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. So when when you have that void, man, it's more so for a line for just catastrophe, just a whole bunch of smoke and no real game. You know what I'm saying? And we in a renaissance time. What happened when the old schools is gone? You know what I'm saying? And luckily we got YouTube, we got social media, we got all this other stuff. But what happens when the old school's gone and you can't hear it from their mouth? You can't shake their hand. They can't. You know what I'm saying? I have no issue with getting corrected, or somebody telling me their perspective, who got the game or whatever the case may be. Nah, you should do it. Blah, say blah. It's my choice whether to take the information or not. But a lot of times, man, these folks, and I see it, it don't bother me. You know what I'm saying? It don't bother me. My skin thick. But I see a lot of people, with the transfer of information is getting so bold, or even they talk down on, people or vice versa, man. And then it don't matter what you saying after that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, like, at the same time, man, if the transfer of information and boys meet up in the middle, man, that's where the growth really happened, man. Because the old schools, man, they like, man, time is short, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's short. Like, yeah.
So where you think, this is what I really wanted to cook on too, gentlemen, like, where do you think we should be looking for our leaders? How do we, and what would be our culling process, and how do we start a yard of leaders in the community? What are we looking for? Where are we going to find these people? This is what I want to be talking about. Like, any suggestions on where the leaders may be, and how do you find a leader? I'm just asking.
My personal opinion is I don't view myself as a leader and never had, I view myself as a great follower, man. And I think a lot of people get that confused too, man. Everybody can't be king. In history, how many people you got 5,000, 10,000 kings running around in one country? It don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't work like that. So, everybody got to learn how to first of all, be a subject, to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get a little deep to either to a higher power or whatever the case may be, but you gotta have some kind of base in morals and values first. The first thing that you need to do before you look outside and start looking in. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us want to look at somebody and judge somebody and try to look at somebody like, and make them into somebody that they not. I think that's a lot of things that we get confused at to begin with. We out here trying to make somebody a leader, trying to make somebody something they're not, and they're human. So at the same time, while you looking at somebody to try to lead, to fill those shoes that you can't feel, or have those traits that you don't have, sometimes we need to work on ourselves first. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we need to go tighten up first. Sometimes, and a lot of times we have a problem sitting still. We can't sit still, especially these days, man, with the short attention span. Like, sitting still, man, that's when you actually start really learning something, when you can actually focus, man. We don't have that. So we try to focus on somebody else to try to put our beliefs or our wants, or just, you know what I'm saying, get behind somebody. And we don't have nothing that we ain't standing on nothing solid to begin with. So we, man, blind leading the blind type deal,
All right. So my thoughts on it would be just like we do the pups and stuff like that, like, and things like that. Just when you observe it, you know how we see that youngin that's good at rap, or to see that youngin that's good at playing sports, and we, you know, how we'll gravitate towards him and try to, you know, if he might need some tennis shoes or get to practice, we're gonna get him to practice. We're gonna, you know, make sure he got some good shoes or whatever, you know, different things. We're gonna help out as much as we can. And I say we need to broaden it out though, just not just in sports and stuff. We need to find that little kid in the neighborhood that's getting straight A's, or the one that's trying to do that science thing or that mathematical thing, or you know, and try to support them. Maybe you want to buy them that telescope. Maybe you want to buy them, you know, backpacks and stuff, like things like that can enhance their dream and whatever they're chasing. You know, not just the sports and the rappers and stuff like that. We got to support the people that have because we have natural talents out here. And what happens is the way they got us in this filter system, our kings and queens are getting shuffled around. We having queens end up, and I'm not currying no job. Any job you have to support your family, I salute you. I'm just talking about how the cards are shuffled. The way our community has been shuffled around. We have kings, or we have doctors and lawyers that's working on a trash truck, or we got scientists that's fucking unemployed, might be out on the streets drugging. You know what I mean? All behind. We letting these things slip through. We not supporting our real leaders. We not even setting them up for success. And that's how we end up having crackerjack leaders, popularity leaders, popular influencers as leaders, popular people as leaders, instead of the real shit. You understand? That's just my thoughts on it. Y'all keep cooking.
Okay, so check this out. The other day, I think it might have been last week, I asked the question. I said, man, if you ever saw a kid, you know, 11, 12 to 18, you know, having a mixed breed that resembles a pit bull, and he tries to carry it like a pit bull, and he loves the dog, takes care of the dog. You see him working and doing everything. And I asked that question. I said, would you give him a dog? And I don't know if I asked you, Big Hill, but I asked the question. I said, would you give him a dog? And a lot of people were saying, no, I wouldn't, and this and this and that, and the whole deal, man. And those are that you pointed out something real special, like right there, man. Because those are the type of ways where information gets passed, you know, not just through the dogs, but also, even if you didn't give him a dog, if you just took him under your wing and gave him some game enough to the point to where when he got of age, he could get a dog. Then it's a situation like you and Pops. You know what I'm saying? You're not just getting information from a dog. You're getting information on life. You're getting information on all types of things. And this is a transfer of information. And in turn, I'm sure you've helped Pops out with some new ways, stuff that you could help him out with, that type of stuff, man. That's a transfer of information. But humbleness plays a big part on both ends.
Oh yes, sir. Respect and discipline. And not thinking that you a sucker just because you keeping your mouth shut. Stop being in your feelings about things. Like, start playing chess instead of checkers. Like, I'm gonna tell you, like, you just named Pops. Now, I'm 54 years old, and Pops is my senior. So Pop, you know what I mean? So like I'm not going to be talking to Pops. Like you said, like I might have something that can help him out. It's different ways that I learned how, when I'm coming up off the old heads, it's certain ways that you gotta share your knowledge with them, because they have things with them too. Like, they might be box blind, they might be blind in different way, old school ways. So I'm gonna give you some advice for a youngin. If you need to get something across to an old head, and you know what I mean, your thing is right, and this is your chance to shine, but the old head kind of like not really trying to hear you, that's when you ain't gotta run your mouth no more. You let whatever you was doing, you go ahead and do it, and let them see the finishing product. And that's how they learn. That's how they learn. and they still might not say nothing, but if you around them long enough, they gonna say it. They might be talking to one of their other old heads and be like, yeah, Toyo helped me out last week on some things, whatever. But he never even said thank you to you. But basically, you heard a conversation, you overheard a conversation when he was telling one of his old head, like basically like, yeah, Toyo helped me out with that. Right, woo. And you know what I mean? That's him saying, yeah, he coming along. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? So you know, you'll get it. You don't have to even look for it. You'll get it. You don't even have to look for it. If it's real, you'll get it.
Yeah, man. And like I got, and as far as what the dogs can do, I got like a little small story that I can go into. I was on the east coast of Delaware, man, and this is my partner, man. I've told this story a couple of times on different occasions, but he had some old family reds, man. He had the mother and the son, you know, and the son was a one-time winner. And this is some stuff that I had never seen before. These were house dogs. They never been in the kennel. He had just came home from the feds not too long, you know, a few years prior to, maybe 4 or 5 years prior to, we were in college. And his whole thing was, man, after being in the cage, I don't ever want to put one of my dogs in the cage again. So we would kennel train them, you know, and then he would have them in the house. I've never seen it like this before. I've never seen it. I mean, he'd leave the house, the dogs wouldn't, you know, he would leave the bowls full of kibble. Each bowl had each dog's name on it. One was Brooklyn, the other one was Harlem. They only ate out of their bowls. They when he came, they would only eat when he was at the house because he might be gone for 12 hours. So you know what I'm saying? They would you know, they was stuff like I had never seen this before. Like, you know, so in my mind, I'm like, damn, this is possible. It's possible. You know, so I mean, you know, like after seeing it, I'm like, man, you can do that. It can be done, you know, and it took me seeing it to have a different view. So, you know, and then on top of that, the dog, his male damn near killed one of my pups on a yard accident type deal. And this is over 20 years ago, man. So you know what I'm saying? Damn near killed one of my pups. Me being young and dumb on some dumb stuff, man. You know, but at the same time, man, I had never seen anything like this. And he was handicapped. He had one arm. So, you know, it's just like when you see these type of things, man, it gives you a different perspective, just like you were saying, Jill.
That's what's up. Supreme!
What's happening, my brother?
Hey, wait, give me your aspect on things. Give me your aspect on things.
I'm listening to my older brothers cook crazy now. I'm just adding the jerk sauce, man.
Oh,
but I remember that question Big A asked. I think it might have been me, Welch, or some other people on the panel at the time. Yeah. And he was right. A lot of people said, no, I remember my answer. I said, if I could go have a conversation with the parents and they agree to it, then I'd be like, you know, transform over, make him do transfer. I was that young. But I could have ended up being that young kid, but my mama, she ended up buying the first pits we had. And so some of my friends was the kids that had them half breeds. And now this was over 20 years ago, and I was like 13, 14. We'd be walking our dogs in the middle of Memphis, middle of Whitehaven. And I cut them loose right there. They'd hate me. Friends would be so mad at me. Now, why you do it? I'm talking about they'll walk off. I'm like, hold on, come get your dog. They'll walk off on me. I was like, I gotta stop doing it. They don't like that. Yeah. But yeah, man, I will. People be stingy with the information and the dogs, and they put them in people's hands, and the hands they really supposed to put them in. They don't get put in. They don't get the information they're supposed to get. It's really like a blockade. Yeah. And then, man, when them youngest, the few youngest that do, you feel me? Because they feel like it's a stronghold from the OGs to not even let most of the youngest blossom. But the few youngest that do get to blossom, if they got the strong mindset on them, You know, it depending on what OG they chose to, you know what I'm saying, be their mentor, you know. It'd be so many possibilities. It'd be like a tree system, like the root
Yeah,
system to a tree.
yeah,
Come on,
Yeah,
little girl, you wanna go outside? Come on.
yeah.
man.
No, because Big Hill, you had hit a heavy point last month when you this earlier this month when you were talking about really trying to find a job. You really want to sincerely find a job that you can do where you can earn funds working with your dogs. You know, and like at this point in time, man, that's got to be at some point in time, it's got to be on everybody's plate to consider, to consider going that route because, let's fast forward 20, 30 years down the line. Where we at?
I mean,
You know?
it's like the common sense progression of the dogs. Like, okay, one area of employment got shut down in your area. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So was your dog's just unemployed now? Like, like what? You know what I mean? I
yeah,
say that they still should be able to find jobs unless the people that had them was box blind or some shit or whatever.
mhm,
And if they was, they can no longer ride on the old things and everything. They have to create an all-around dog for these new things that we're going into. Or else, do you. But like it's
yeah,
just a natural progression of things. Now, that's why I love being under Pops and them, because they always kept me grounded with knowing, respecting a good all-around dog. You know what I
mhm,
mean? Always kept a respect for a good all-around dog that can do jobs. That
yeah,
can go get jobs. You dig what I'm
mhm,
saying? They can go put food on the table. I had to give respect for those type of dogs. So now, when I'm underneath Pops and them, I'm gonna tell you it wasn't always easy, because I'm telling you, I was just like everybody else. Back in the day, I'm going around buying everything I could buy, and I'm coming up to
yeah.
Pops and them, and every time I grab something, I'm coming to Pops and them, and I'm
And they
boogieing.
shaking their
I'm
head.
boogieing. You dig?
Yeah,
And it's times when they saying, they pulling me up like, look, not Pops, but one of his partners pulling me up like, look, he checked me. He like, it seemed like you just trying to come whoop our ass. You just trying to come whoop our ass and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
mhm,
I was he was saying like I was in a competition thing with him, because I'm going around grabbing shit everywhere, and I'm coming soon as I grab it, I'm coming back to them, to
yeah,
Boogie. You
yeah,
dig?
yeah,
But it wasn't that I was trying to outdo them. It's just that I knew where they was at, so I'm using them as my measuring stick. That's all it was. You,
yeah,
you
yeah,
heard me. I'm using
yeah,
them as a measuring stick. That's all it was. But like, yeah, things have to get checked. So I done got
yeah,
checked plenty of times, bro, coming up.
yeah,
Plenty of times by the old heads. You dig what I'm saying? And when they checking you, they showing you love. They showing you
yeah,
love. So
yep,
so even when I talk shit or whatever out here about Gardner, he's still my senior. He's still been in the doors longer than me, probably 3 times or whatever. I'm not
yeah,
disrespecting that, but I'm not losing my common sense. Just like twins in them. They
mhm,
legends in our own community with a wealth of knowledge.
yep,
J-Bo, all these dudes. I
yep,
salute all of them. I
yep,
salute all of them. But they will end up having to cuss me out sometimes, because yeah, I'm gonna say shit. I'm gonna say certain
yeah,
shit. Like, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, I told you I'd be over there twinning them, trying to figure out the formula, and I can't get it. I'm tearing the papers up. You dig what I'm saying? They didn't put a helmet on me on the bus. I'm the only one on the bus with a helmet. You
Don't
know what I mean?
feel
They didn't put a
bad,
fucking
bro.
helmet on
Don't
my
don't
motherfucker ass. They
feel
say,
bad,
nigga, if you
bro.
want to get on, they make me wear a helmet when I get on the motherfucker. But
Hey,
anyway,
don't feel bad, bro. I done got checked by Fat Bill a couple times. Yeah,
yeah,
it can't come with it, baby.
yeah, it's just the love. It's just the love. I'd rather them do that than not say nothing, because that's a different. When they not saying nothing and you say something dumb, you don't want to be that motherfucker, because they saying basically
yeah,
ain't no hope for them. Just you just let them. They ain't even correcting what you. They ain't even correcting what you saying no more. They just like, man, ain't even no
uh,
hope for them. They just let them say the
yep,
shit. And they just go, yeah. You don't want to be that
yeah,
motherfucker. That people just letting you say shit. You gotta know how to read the room too, because people be just letting you say stuff, and you be thinking they agreeing with you and everything, but nah, nigga, they ain't agreeing with you. They just, you too far gone in it for them to even tell you. You dig what I'm saying? Like, yo, you need to chill out.
yeah,
You know.
yeah, you know, it's
But
real.
respect the old heads, respect the elders. always respect to y'all. You know, don't get it twisted. You know, if y'all got cuss me out, y'all already know I'm used to it. So it is what it is. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, y'all feed them dogs. Make sure them dogs is healthy. Tear them shows up. Get into the dogs. Use all your resources. Get into the technology. All that. Make the dogs go forward. You're not going to lose nothing. You're not going to lose nothing. You know, that's why they had them things. You can't, you know, like A said on the show earlier, or you might have said it on this show, when you say, what's the statement that everybody like to use? I don't know if they really understand the statement, though. That these dogs can do everything another dog can do and turn around, whoop his ass. So why do you hate when we try to make these dogs do whatever? Expand the horizon. Like, nigga, we gonna make that statement true. You make that, even though it's already been proven. You know what I mean? But boom, boom, boom. Like, this is just another part of it. This is another part of it. And it's not easy. So niggas need to embrace that shit. Because, like, basically a lot of this shit is on the owners now. Finding jobs for your dog. Stop talking shit. Condition your dog. You can't just sell your dogs to a nigga now because it's all papered up. You know, niggas gonna ask questions. Niggas got standards now. Technology. Niggas that ain't never been in the boxes talking like they know shit and they fucking want some good shit with them. So yeah, all that's going down. So yeah, get with it or forget it.
He ran over.
Yeah.
Nah, them specific people, they see us. And I mean, they done been in the game so long. Can we consider them not liking what a motherfucker do with their dog hate, coming from such an old blossom OG, or do we could just take it, or we just take it on the chest?
Man, I call it old hating ass nigga, just like y'all would call me old hating ass nigga. Shit, don't try to dress the shit up, old hating ass nigga.
Nah, let me.
Listen. I'm 50-some years old. And I always seen people try to train these dogs for obedience. I don't know if they would they is they blind? I always seen blue dogs, always seen red dogs, always seen game dogs, always seen people trying to make dogs do other things. Like, this ain't new. This ain't fucking new. This ain't new. Ain't nothing out here we do with these dogs is new. You can't even believe that.
Yeah.
But nah, I ain't mean cut you off, young, and go ahead and pop your wheel.
So after they get done hating, you take it on the chest and you move up the rankings. You just look at this like the Mortal Kombat style or some shit like that. As you move up the rankings, and then you pass them, and then you bump shoulders and you pass them OGs like you do the mafia, do it like at the casino and shit like that. And you make eye contact with them. You got the option of saying something, or you got the option to just stand their ass down and keep it pushing.
Nah, see what the old heads is. I mean, I ain't saying nothing to what you're saying. You right, but with the old heads, this is what it is. I'm gonna tell you what it is with the old heads. What they're talking shit, all the shit they want to and shit like that. But what they will admit, they will salute the work. They just don't like a lot of people talking and shit. A lot of people talking, and they know 90% of the people don't know what they talking about, so they address it like that. But if you one of those guys that you the real nigga and you the work turns the hate into love. You understand what I'm saying? Like, whereas though they'll salute it. Like the old heads have to salute it in their own way or whatever. Everybody salutes the work. You dig what I'm saying? Salute the work. You know what I mean? They might not want to salute you, but the dog gonna make them salute the work. It's always been like that. It's always been like that. Motherfucker hate your guts, but they'll say, man, that dog you got doors is nice. You dig?
Yeah.
So that crosses over. That's all you gotta do. Let your work speak. Let your work speak. That's all it is, bro. But yeah, you was right, Supreme. You was right.
So with that also go along with don't blame the man. Well, I want to repeat it how I heard it. It was like, look at the dog, don't look at the man. If the man over there bullshitting and fucking up, but the dog on point, then the man's actions make you not want to deal with the man. And the man own the dog. You see what I'm saying? So do that. Go along with, you know what I'm saying? Get a dog the credit and not the owner the credit.
You hear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You hear?
No, I'm sorry. I got caught up in something. What's up?
I had said when damn. So let's say the owner asshole, he don't do shit but hey, talk shit, get motherfuckers problem, but his dog on point. Now, people want to deal with the dog, but they don't want to deal with the owner because he a cocky son of a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Type shit.
So what about him? What you asking me?
So you know what I'm saying? Do you just straight discredit the dog and don't deal with the dog, or do you go ahead and
No, you can't discredit the dog. Why would you discredit the dog? Because his cockiness enough. Like that's how it end up. Sometimes dogs end up. That's when they say you find a good dog, you know where you find or whatever. Man, dogs could be anybody. A good dog could be anywhere. You know what I mean? You can't never discredit the dog. Never do that. Never do that. The owners. There's a lot of assholes out here. It's a lot of assholes. The world make us assholes. So you know what I mean. So don't never discredit the dog. That's just my thoughts on it, bro.
Facts.
Yes, sir. Man.
Yo.
What's happening?
Man, y'all boys cooking up something hot this morning, man. Got them hot links on the grill. And Toyo, man. Hey, talking about no decaf, bro. That thing got shots of espresso in this morning, man. Hey, but I did, man. Like I want to say, Toyo, I appreciate that, man, because you know what I'm saying. With you being my senior, man, and saying that, bro, that's motivation, man. I can't wait to get home and start working some more, man. Like, you know what I'm saying. But it's some things you said, man, and I think I don't speak for the whole younger generation, but I speak for the guys I've been around. And I think one of the biggest things our generation got going different is, and I've seen this even in street culture and in the gang culture and stuff like that, man. Like there used to be a code, you know, it like the OGs kind of could say whatever and nothing was said back. But I don't know, my generation, we build different, man. Like, you know, wrong is wrong, right is right, and it don't matter what your stature is or how long you my senior. If you disrespectful, you're gonna get disrespected. You know what I'm saying? Salute me or shoot me. But yeah, man, I understand and respect the old ways, but bro, look, what you cooking on this morning, man, it needed to be said because it's not a lot of people your age that are gonna say that publicly. They might. Yeah. It's guys I've been beefing with, like, you know what I'm saying, in general, publicly or privately, that will call me privately and be like, man, I like what you're doing, but will never say it publicly. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know who they are. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's it, man. Back to you, Toyo.
Salute, bro.
Salute.
Mike Dan in the building. Why continue to defend yourself? If you feel you're doing right, keep it moving. I see things I wouldn't entertain with my dog, like being off lead too much. Temptation for a game dog. Salute, Mike Dan. Understand.
Salute.
Yeah, and I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I respect it. And then, that's what I'm saying. So check this out. That's a perfect example of what Mike Dan just said. Just imagine somebody walking off lead, and you know they got a dog that's got gameness or potential gameness or showing signs of, and Mike Dan say, hey, I wouldn't do that if I were you. And they don't listen. Then an accident happened. You know, I mean, then they mind it might not have happened. I mean, they thinking it won't happen, and it do happen. But then on the flip side, it might not happen. You know, so I mean, you know, information is out there, man. You take it and do as you please.
Hey, but it's a difference between giving somebody a caution and stifling dreams. What he's doing, the way he gives that information, he's giving you a caution. I wouldn't do that. That's a caution.
Yes.
You don't do that is a command. It's a directive. Like like communication skills is trash amongst people nowadays. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand words. They don't look at etymology. Niggas ain't never seen a dictionary in their life. You know what I'm saying? But you know, a caution is like a pack of cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? People still don't smoke cigarettes, but it says clearly, Surgeon General warning. These are known to cause cancer. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're going into there with an understanding of, I'm doing something that requires caution. Do I still want to do it? Yes or no? Whereas some people are like, I wouldn't do that. I'm not going to do that. And nobody should do that. Okay, well, you know what I'm saying? Toyo, what's that word I don't use no more? You know what I'm saying?
Fuck them.
Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah.
That's it right there. That's the one. Yeah. Man, that one.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Real talk from the youngest. Y'all hit.
Yeah, fuck them.
That's Pops calling me now. I might be in trouble. God damn it, Pops called me. I just had to hang up. Pops calling me now.
Yeah, man. Now see, I give you another one. Toy. So Pop, right? Pop, Mike Dan, Fat Bill. You know what I'm saying? And it's a host of other ones. They OGs who have given the young G's no reason to disrespect them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So with somebody like that, and somebody my age disrespect them, I'm ready to jump on heads over somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, okay, you know, they get, like you said, they get a correction, or they just let you talk stupid. Whatever it is, they doing it out of love. You know what I'm saying? And then there's some, maybe, you know what I'm saying, it's they feel like they want to compete still. You know, like why are you 90 trying to compete with me? I'm 34, 35. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not in competition. Like, you already proved yourself. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
It's them ones that, you know what I'm saying, they look like and move like us. So you get treated like us.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes on that note, Dre, some of the old warriors, they want to go out in some type of competition. So when it's like that, you just got to go ahead and run them over, like they Supreme say, run them over. Then if they like, they'll salute the work after they get up, dust their stuff off. Like, oh youngin, oh you the real deal. After they wipe the dust off.
Hey, you seen that video? That video with the dude? I guess he dating a lady and her sons is grown. And so, you know what I'm saying, he called himself gonna fight the son or whatever. Man, that son put a mollywop on him, bro. Dude lay there like he was dead. Dude laid on the ground like he was dead till the son drove away. Then he got up like, he gone? Is he gone? You know
yeah. The more heads might act like they crazy. They ain't crazy though. You know what I mean? They like to go out on it, like to go out on their sports sometimes. That's all.
Nah, man. Hey, man, Toyo, this show is the most entertaining show in the lineup right now, man. I got to give it to you. Yeah, I don't even normally jump back on there once I get to work, man. I'm sitting in the parking lot in my car. You know what I'm saying? My coworker's like, who is he yelling at?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, put nonstop comment on the thing, man. That's real.
What do you say? What nonstop say?
He said, all old heads not built the same.
Correct.
You right about that.
Hey, but there's one thing I do say: all old heads still got one in them. They still got one. Still got one in them. They might be the last one they got, but they got one for you.
Hey, y'all already know. We only got 2 minutes to go. We're going to wrap it up to the mom, man. It's a pleasure. Always a pleasure with y'all, man. It's your brother, Big Toyo. Y'all stay royal. I'm going to stay loyal. Salute. Y'all already know. Find me here every morning, Monday through Friday. Or you can catch me when Samurai and them let me in, give me the right link and shit. Y'all might catch me over there too sometime. Other than that, find me over at the Big Hill Fam on YouTube. Salute. Y'all stay royal. I'm going to stay loyal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what it is, man. It's your boy Big 8, man. And you know, we got the Digital Dog Show coming up this weekend, man. And Dog of the Month, same day. Gonna be voting all the dogs of the week from this month. They gonna be there on Saturday, man. And like I say, we got free shirt giveaways. We got one going to an existing member, one going to a new member, and one going to a viewer. But you gotta be there to be spoiled, man, for real. And then on top of that, man, we got the obedience challenge coming up in the whole month of May. We're gonna be talking a little bit about it, so you know what it is, man. And also, if you ain't a member yet, what you doing, man? You know what I'm saying? Come on, jump on the movement, man. It's a movement, man. Yeah. You know what it is, man. Back in here like I left my wallet and keys. And coming up next, you know what it is. That elevated.
Elevated. Yes, sir,
yeah.
man. It's your boy Dre, aka Samurai Kennels, aka the Shogun, aka Broadworthy. What's it called? Broadworthy. Binge-worthy content, man. Hey, look, y'all.
Yeah.
The opportunity to join us is to get down and lay down is right now. You know what I'm saying? We got slots. Holla at us. Shogun Unlimited.
Yes, sir.
What he meant to say was get down to get ran over, and I'm busting motherfuckers' ass come May. I got them out. When May come, I'm busting motherfuckers' ass. I don't want to. No, don't. What up, Supreme? None of that. Come to dog show. Holler at me after. I'm outside working. This shit looking good. Finna get this road work in.
Yeah.
And you know what it is, man. Catch me outside.
Catch me outside.
Yes, sir, man. Tennessee Steel Kennel, salute, man. Salute for the love of the game.
For the love of the dogs.
For the love of the dogs. You said it backwards, but okay.
No, I was reading.
It's the remix.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
I'm
you're right.
late.
Yeah, be correct.
Yeah, boy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and we out.
Peace.
Yeah. Another day, another mile. Out here in wreckage dream about Samurai Kennels, Shogun Army, Digital Dog Show ready. Let's work. Early in the morning, leash in my hand. Me and Machon, 2 soldiers on this land. Miles on the pavement, rain or shine. She moving like a bloodline on the line. Slate meal whirling like the wheel of time. Flirt, pole, snap, and keep a razor sharp mind. Ain't no shortcut to the crown we chasing. Every drop of sweat is a throne we creating. Built from the bottom, raised through the fight. Michonne moving silence, but her presence ignite. Shogun blood in her veins, battle in her breath. We train for the war, they train for the gram and flex. Built by the miles, forged by the grind. Shogun army rise, we leave the fake behind. Digital dog show, real dogs, real pride. Running mile after mile, till the spirit collide. Ain't no love in the lazy, no crown for the weak. Only scars on the ones who got dreams to keep. Slight meal sessions, flirt pole wars. Conditioned by pressure, we breaking through doors. She don't talk much, but her work loud. She don't need a chain, she command the crowd. From the dirt roads to the digital stage, Michonne earn her respect with every page. No fake pedigrees, no false tales. Only real warriors with real trails. This Shogun life ain't built for show. It's built in the mornings when the real ones go. Built by the miles, forged by the grind. Shogun army rise, we leave the fake behind. Digital dog show, real dogs, real pride. Running mile after mile, till the spirit collide. Bigger than ribbons, it's bigger than trophies. It's about legacy. Samurai Kennels, Shogun Army. We built by the miles. Bigger than ribbons, it's bigger than trophies, it's about legacy. Samurai Kennels, Shogun Army, we built by the miles. It's about legacy. Samurai kennels, Shogun Army, we built by